So if you're trying to grow your brand on YouTube and, to be honest, online in general, then I believe that sharing your failures can be even more powerful than sharing your wins, especially these days when trust is at an all-time low online. And we're getting a bit tired of the influencers who are sharing their polished life and everything is perfect, everything is photo perfect, everything is photoshopped, and people are tired of it. People are tired of this highly polished type of persona. They don't believe it. You look at it and you think, BS. Okay, yes, it's very nice, it's very inspirational, but we're starting to look at it and we're starting to see it for what it is. And a good example of this is the fitness industry. So the fitness industry, and especially the guy side of things, there's a lot of guys that are pretending to be natural when they are obviously taking some type of enhancement, but they're claiming to be natural. And this is where people start to look at it and they go, BS. I'm calling BS because obviously you can't get that body. And if they'd been honest about the fact that they were doing this and they were sharing before and after pictures, then okay, you would understand it more. You'd be fine with it. It's not a problem. The problem is people trying to pass things off as reality, as this is real, I did this, and it's been nothing but plain sailing. And an example for me recently is I actually hurt my lower back twice in 1 month, and I'm pretty sure it was the mattress. So I got a new mattress off the landlord, and it's since started to improve my back. But it's made recording videos really, really difficult, and I've been grimacing in a few of the recordings and trying to work behind the desk. If you're an entrepreneur and you're working online, or you're running a YouTube channel or any type of business, then you're going to be sitting for long periods of time. You're going to be editing videos and doing all the admin. There's so much stuff that you need to do where you're just sitting down. And I've actually got a sort of a yoga meditation mat with a small cushion, which I pretty much not really used. The idea was to do some breath work and meditation and get a bit more mindful. And the only thing I really used it for at the moment was sitting on it so that I could get some relief from the pain, to be able to have the laptop on the sofa and actually work sitting on that so that I can keep moving positions. So I'm either walking, standing at my desk, sitting, lying down, sitting on that to get some relief from that lower back pain. Now, I could just not share this and I could just pretend that this didn't happen, but I could also share it, and maybe some of you can relate to it, especially if you're working a lot and you do get some back pain as well. It makes me seem more human. And this is a benefit to sharing the problems that we have in daily life. It builds connection and it builds that human factor. But not just that, from a business point of view, it shows that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So when you have a win, they will believe you more. And when you have problems, it shines a light. So it shines a light that this is the hardness. I've worked through this struggle. People want to see your struggle so that they can, when they see the wins, they believe it and they can celebrate with you even more. But also they want to know that their daily struggles are also reflected in you, especially if you're doing a personal brand. But in terms of your business, how you handle the downside is it's a sign of your values and your integrity. And this is becoming even more important these days, again, with trust being at an all-time low online. People want to understand who you are and what you stand for. You know, what are your values? And more importantly, how are you going to handle situations when they don't go your way, especially for them? They want to know worst case scenarios. So I noticed this especially when I was in hospitality for 15 years. Some of our most loyal, happy customers were the ones that would sing our praises to everybody and tell them how amazing we were, was how we handled negative situations that happened to them. And we turned it around and we made it the best day of their life, what was inevitably a bad thing, and they were very angry, because people get angry because expectations have not been met and they're disappointed and they feel they need to get angry so that you do something about it. But what they want to do is they want to see you as a human, taking them seriously, realizing the pain and the problem that it's caused them, and then how you're going to respond to it and what you're going to do to improve that situation. And when you turn that around and you take it tenfold and you suddenly, literally, completely 360 it, they now think that you are amazing. and they will go and tell all of their friends. But you could also then talk about that negative situation in your content and talk about how you turned it around. Because now other people can see the worst case scenario, because this is a massive fear from them working with you, from them buying from you. They want to know when everything goes wrong, if their greatest fear is realized, what will you do in that situation? And seeing how you handle it, or seeing how you handled it for someone else, will make them trust you more. Is you admitting that sometimes shit hits the fan and it just, things go bad and it doesn't work. We're human, this is life, nothing is perfect. And the more variables you've got, be it technology, people, there's always going to be something that goes wrong for somebody. It's impossible to avoid that. But people want to know how you're going to handle that in that particular situation. So speaking to those problems and speaking to how you handle them will help you gain more trust for your business and your brand. And especially with these personal brands, especially with this vlog style of content when you're being more personal, you want to speak to those problems because it's going to make you more human. It's going to humanize your brand and drive a deeper level of connection with your customers. So I think you should be embracing your failures, celebrating them, sharing them, is just as much as the wins, because I think it can actually be more powerful. Because people, if you just say win, 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 and you're only presenting all the wins, people don't necessarily believe you. But if you share some of the things that didn't go, so you go 80% wins, 20% failures, people go, okay, well, they're sharing their failures as well. That means these wins are probably more real, because they're not just sharing nothing but wins. Because if you say I'm the best at this and we're the best at that, people go, yeah, right. If you then show proof and testimonials, people go, okay, yeah, maybe. But if you also share some of the negative side, then it's even more beneficial to gaining people's trust. Now, that's obviously not to say that all we do is talk boo-hoo and all the bad stuff, because if it's nothing but bad stuff, then something has gone wrong, or you're not doing something right, or maybe you need to change a few things in your business and your brand. But I really feel that embracing the failures more and the things that are not quite working is a great way to drive that connection, especially with your target audience. So look at that. Don't be afraid to embrace some of those things, especially for your brand and your business, and show that side. It's a vulnerability that we're often afraid to show, but actually it can be a massive strength. Well, with that said, it's getting pretty windy out here today, so I think I'm going to get this equipment back inside.